Hey guys, it's your big sis Mo here, and today this video is all about hair growth. I know a lot of you guys have asked me about tips for growing your hair. I get tons of comments on it. I actually did make a hair growth guide, which is available on Amazon. I'll have the link in this video, but today I just want to make a video on it because some people like to read about it, some people want to watch and just hear the tips. So today I'm giving you all my hair growth secrets. And remember, these are my tips. So if you feel like, okay, this is just crazy, this is not working, nope, that's not right, remember, these are my tips, okay? And clearly, my tips have been working for myself. So stay tuned, stick around, sit down, and watch this video because we're going over all the hair secrets. Okay, now just before I get started, as you guys can see, my hair is blown out. I did use my blow dryer comb because I was like, in the spirit of a hair growth video, why not just blow your hair out? And I love big hair, so it excited me. And I just want to show you guys the products that I use to blow dry my hair because of course I use a few different protectants just to make sure I'm not damaging in the process. So I do use Chi Silk Infusion, which looks like this. And then I also use Carol's Daughter. I'm gonna say it's very wrong, so I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, I'm just gonna put it in the camera, but this is a straight blow dry cream. And I also use Chi 44 Iron Guard, and this is a thermal protectant spray. I've used them for years, and I also use them when I'm gonna straighten my hair too, those 3 products. Anyways, so today my first tip or first secret is learning your hair porosity. So I get a lot of comments in which people ask me like, oh, what's your hair type? What is your hair type? Or people are in the comments like, oh, she's like a 4C or a 3A or whatever. So I always respond to those comments and tell people I don't know and I don't care to know. I don't think hair type matters to me. Remember, I'm gonna say it throughout this video because I know people are gonna hop in the comments and be like, oh, well, okay, honey, that's fine. But this is the way I have been growing my hair. So hair type to me doesn't matter, and I'm gonna tell you why. Your hair porosity, so I can have the same hair type as Amanda. I have the same hair type as her, but if she has high porosity and my hair porosity, just so you guys know, is low, we're not gonna use the same hair products. So it's like, why do people put such an emphasis on hair type? I really don't get it. You guys can comment and be like, hey Marissa, well, hair types is like this, this, and that. That's fine. If there's a scientific explanation of why, you need a hair type, then cool. But I don't think that hair type matters. It doesn't matter to me, and I don't know what my hair type is. I'm not trying to figure it out. So there are 3 different porosities. So there's low porosity, and you can actually do a porosity test. The porosity test is when you take a cup of water, you take 1 or 3 strands of hair and you drop it into the water. So my hair is low, so low porosity hair, the strand usually floats up to the top. Sometimes it might drop down closer to the middle, but if it floats at the top longer, then you probably have low porosity hair. High porosity, the hair strand floats all the way to the bottom. And then medium or normal porosity, I say normal because I hate using the word normal. If you've taken like a sociology class, you'll understand why the word normal is just so like, what? Who decides what's normal? And that's gonna float in the middle. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I do for my low porosity hair because I have low porosity. So I use light oils. Whenever I do my hair, I have to drench it with warm water. I wash my hair out with cold water when I'm washing out like my conditioners. I do use light oils. My favorite oil, as you guys know, is Curl's Blueberry Bliss hair growth oil. It's super light. And what's funny and what actually drove me to learn my hair porosity was I actually used to use coconut oil and Jamaican black castor oil in my hair, and my hair was dry every single day. So the same process that I do, like as far as a leave-in, actually I was doing it differently. I was doing the LOC method. I was doing liquid oil cream, and the oil that I was using was coconut oil. My hair was so dry, it was crazy. And it took about a good 2 years for me to figure out like, okay, the thing that's drying your hair out is not only the process that you're doing with your hair, it's also the oil that you're using. It's way too heavy. I can't use olive oil, I can't use coconut oil, I can't use Jamaican black castor oil. Some oils that I really love besides curls, I used to mix grapeseed oil, avocado oil, and there was another one, but I can't remember because I haven't mixed oils in a long time because I can just buy one oil and just avoid having to mix. But those are oils that I really love because they're light. With low porosity, your hair takes longer to dry. As I told you guys, I sleep with my hair wet in a bonnet, and the next day my hair is probably like 75% dry by like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So your hair takes longer to dry, but then it's like your hair dries even faster, so you're putting more product in even faster. It's a really vicious cycle with low porosity hair. If you want to learn more on porosity, then you can go ahead and purchase my hair growth guide and learn more on porosity. So I won't go too far in, but I just want to give you guys my take on what's important as far as growing your hair, because honestly, if someone would have told me about the porosity test when I first went natural, I would have, first of all, I would have saved a whole lot of money. Secondly, I would have had a really good hair routine way faster, because I went natural in 2013. I've been natural for years, 7 years. So it's been a long process, but learn your hair porosity. Go ahead and take the porosity test, and then you will find products that are working for you. Okay, so my next big tip, which this has shifted over the years, and I just had mentioned it in my first tip, you have got to clarify your scalp. So there's nothing wrong with using a co-wash. Co-wash is like, it helps to remove product buildup, but co-wash is not shampoo. You're not gonna get all of that buildup off of your scalp. And as I said before, when I first went natural, I was co-washing my hair 3 weeks. So every week I would wash my hair. So for 3 weeks I would co-wash. And then the 4th week I would shampoo. But my hair just had so much buildup, and I felt like it just wasn't clean. Like my scalp still felt so icky. So what I've learned is that you really do have to shampoo your scalp. Your scalp is the most important part of hair growth. I know a lot of people think that it's like, oh, you know, trim your ends, which is true. You need to trim your ends because you can get split ends and then you're just destroying that one strand. But your hair is growing from your scalp. So you have to shampoo, you have to clarify it. And the main reason is that you have to get rid of all of that product buildup, and you want a healthy, clean scalp. So I feel like that's like I don't think that's as obvious. And the reason why is because, I don't know about you guys, but as I was coming up when I went natural, people told me not to shampoo my hair. Like people were like, oh, don't shampoo. You know, shampoo is bad, shampoo is bad. And they're not wrong to an extent. So there are things in certain shampoos that are not good for your scalp, right? So like sulfates and like parabens, you know, of course don't use those, but there are natural shampoos like Shea Moisture, Eden Body Works. Like there's tons of natural brands that have great natural shampoos that don't contain sulfates and parabens and all those other things that are not great for your scalp. So shampoo your scalp. It's gonna do your hair a lot of justice, and also obviously when you shampoo your scalp, your style that you're gonna do, your protective styles, those are gonna last a whole lot longer than if you're doing these protective styles on a dirty scalp, for lack of a better word. My next tip is protective styling. This like goes, I feel like this should be the most obvious thing about hair growth. Low manipulation to like no manipulation is like best. And of course this is gonna be weird for me to say this after I have literally blow dried my hair, but of course use all these protectants. But I would highly suggest not to use heat styling tools. If you follow me on Instagram, I straighten my hair once a year, if that. Blow dry my hair maybe like twice a year. It's a personal reason. My hair reverts back so fast that I don't like to waste my time. I would say protective styling is very important, because when you're not touching your hair as much and when it isn't that protective style, it's literally protected. You don't have to worry about your ends getting snagged onto things. My favorite protective styles are loose buns, so loose high buns. I love twists. I think twists are so awesome because you can wear your twists. You can wear your twists out in the twisted style, or you can untwist them. You have this really pretty like twisted pattern. A lot of people like to do braids when they do protective styling. Braids are fine, but you have to be very careful. So you want to make sure that when you are getting braids like cornrows, micros, do people still get micros? I feel like we're so big on like box braids and like knotless that I don't even know if people do. Are knotless micros? I haven't had my hair braided since I was like 9, so forgive me. But you have to be very careful and make sure that whoever is braiding up your scalp is not causing tension on your scalp. So definitely another tip would be protective styling. Majority of the week my hair is not out. So I know I take a lot of pictures on my Instagram in which my hair is out. Usually it's like on the weekend, but during the week my hair is up. I do not touch it, it's up. And mainly that's because I'm just getting older and I'm not doing as much. You know, COVID hit, I'm getting older, I'm not doing as much. So just stop touching on your head, okay? Put your hair up, protect it. And also I do want to point this out because I know people are gonna jump in my comments and say this anyway. So obviously, genetics does play a role in hair growth. Whether you're natural, whether you're not natural, genetics plays a role. Please do not think that I am ignorant and I'm just sitting up here like, oh, follow all these steps and your hair is gonna grow just as long as mine. I'm not ignorant, I'm not stupid. It plays a role. It does not play a full role. And the reason I feel like I have to point this out, one is because it's annoying. When people hop in my comments and they're like, genetics, 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 it's like, okay, but I also take care of my hair. So while I understand genetics plays a role, I went through a period when I went natural, or before I went natural, where I wasn't taking care of my hair, I wasn't eating proper, I wasn't drinking water, and my hair looked like crap. And exhibit A to this picture. So it's like, I understand genetics plays a role, but also don't try to completely oversight someone actually taking care of their hair and just be like, oh, well, it's just genetics, because genetics doesn't play 100% of the role. And if it did, then my hair shouldn't have been as damaged as it was. Because if you're telling me it's genetics, then what you're saying is, oh, well, even though you're straightening your hair every single day, your hair should still be growing. It should have still been 24 inches, like, you know, now, which is not true. My hair was about 10 inches, maybe 9 inches when I went natural. Because I remember I had measured it because it was so damaged. It was horrible. But I had measured my hair and it was maybe 9 inches. It was it was short and damaged. So that's why I say genetics does play a role, but I don't think it's fair to try to say that genetics is 100% of everyone's hair growth, because again, if that was the case, then my hair should have been this long when I was just straightening it. But it wasn't, because genetics doesn't play a full role. Moving on. This one I think goes without saying, you need to keep your hair moisturized. I moisturize my hair every 3 days. And it depends on the weather, it depends on where you live. I do live in the South, I live in North Carolina. So the summers are extremely hot. I used to live up north and the summers were like mild. So I could get away with like moisturizing my hair once every like 4 days sometimes. Here, sometimes I catch myself moisturizing every other day because it's so hot in summer. Even the fall is pretty warm. So it can be tricky. Natural hair does tend to be more dry in general. The issue is that when your hair is dry, it can lead to more breakage. It can lead to your hair being brittle. It looks more lackluster. So I mean, obviously, like there are, you know, outside, I say cosmetic reasons why you would want to keep your hair moisturized, because it gives it shine, it looks healthier. And you also have more retention, because I know a lot of people ask me like, well, how can I keep my hair looking as long as it usually does when I first moisturize it? So again, that could be a product issue. You know, maybe you want to pick up a different product that has more slip, and the main ingredient in the beginning of the ingredients is water. A lot of people are not using leave-in. So I have a leave-in conditioner. So my method is LCO, so liquid cream oil. So I'll put the water in my hair, I'll put in my leave-in, then I'll put in my styling, which is Jane Carter's Curl Cocktail, and then I'll put in my oil. Some of you guys are using a styler and not a leave-in to moisturize your hair, and that could be the issue. Stylers are more like thicker, like creams. Leave-ins are supposed to have slip, and they're supposed to not feel like water, but your leave-in is supposed to have a lot more slip than a styler would. So I would look into if you're actually using a styler and not a leave-in conditioner, because that could also be leading to a problem of your hair not staying moisturized, because you're actually not using a leave-in, which you do want to either do liquid oil cream or liquid cream oil, because your oil is going to seal in your moisturizer. Also, you don't want to just moisturize your scalp from the outside. You have got to drink water. Water hydrates you, so you need to make sure you're drinking water, because you're going to hydrate from the inside, and in turn it's going to help with moisturizing your hair. And I'm not saying that literally, like you're not gonna have water coming out your scalp. But when you moisturize from the inside, your whole body is hydrated and it only helps. So you don't want to only hydrate and moisturize on the outside, you want to hydrate from the inside, so drink your water is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so I feel like this tip is a no-brainer. Some people might say it's not, but I think it definitely is. You gotta eat healthy. Like, that's just the bottom line. I think that this really should be the top of the tips, but you know, to each their own. You know, some people don't eat healthy and their hair grows, and some people, you know, just they don't think their diet has anything to do with anything, which is fine. But I think that your diet is so important. I try to eat I try to eat like 70% clean. I try. You know, there are some weeks where I'm eating really good and I'm eating all of my own cooked food and I'm killing it. And then there's some weeks where I am eating out every single day and I'm eating a burger, and that's fine too. But because I also work out and I love the results I see when I'm really in my workout mode, I try to eat healthy, because like, why would I go to the gym for an hour and a half just to come home and eat a burger? You just completely shitted on that whole workout. So exercise really pushed my diet. I would say you have got to eat as clean as possible. And as I just said before, I don't eat clean every single week. You know, some days I slip up and it's not that great. Other days I'm killing it and I'm eating. You can't tell me I ain't no fitness guru, just killing it with my food and my fitness. And then other times you can't tell me I shouldn't be on my 600-pound life. But it's okay. Like, you just want to make sure that your diet is matching up with the goals that you have as far as hair and as far as fitness. Shoot, don't leave that out. Now, I do also take multivitamins. So some of you guys have asked me, do you take hair growth pills? I do not, and I'll tell you why. So what I've noticed with the ingredients in hair growth pills are like 2,000% for the day, and I'm afraid it's gonna break my skin out. So there are a couple different hair growth pills, I'm pretty sure you guys know which ones I'm talking about, in which people said they took it for like 3 months straight, their hair grew like crazy, and then they stopped taking it and their skin broke out bad. I don't have no time for that. Then I take a multivitamin. I take a 1-a-day multivitamin. It's from GNC and it's for active women. I take a multivitamin. I take fish oil pills, which fish oil is extremely good for hair. I wouldn't say hair growth, but it does make your hair shiny, and it also has omega-3s in it, which helps with hair as well. So I do take fish oil that also has vitamin D, and I take a garlic pill. I do take a multivitamin because overall I just want to be healthy, and there's certain things and certain values in the multivitamin that I've heard could possibly lead to healthier hair. So, you know, I'm getting it all done. And now some of my other tips, I would say like my random tips here and there, get your hair trimmed as needed. I feel like everyone has a different role for when you need to have your hair trimmed and how often you need to do it. Some people say you need to do it every 3 months. Some people say once a year. Some people say they never trim their hair. Whatever. I trim my hair as needed. I listen to my hair. That sounds funny, but I mean it. Like I feel my ends. I can start to feel like single strand knots, and you know, my hair is looking a little crazy. My layers have grown out, which literally they really have. I need a haircut bad. So I listen to my hair. So I don't go by like a 3, 6, 9 month rule. I get my hair trimmed as I need to do it, and then I get my layers refreshed. I do get my layers refreshed once a year because they usually grow out by like within a year. My layers are usually like a little more grown out, and I'm like, time for a cut. So get your ends trimmed as you need. Also, I deep condition once a week. I think deep conditioning is pretty important. I love a good deep conditioner, and as I've told you guys in other videos, if I buy the conditioner, I'm not buying the deep conditioner. And the reason why is because usually the deep conditioner and the conditioner have the same ingredients. So no, I'm not gonna give you guys more of my money. I'm buying one and that's it. So I do deep condition once a week, and I usually leave it on for a good 20 to 30 minutes. Anything over that, you really don't need to leave a deep conditioner on over like 20 minutes. Especially because in that process, I put a bag over my head to incubate and add heat. So you really don't need more than 20 minutes. Another random tip that I have is do your hair when you are awake. And obviously you're not gonna do your hair in your sleep, but if you're tired or if you really don't feel like doing your hair, if it's like 12 o'clock at night and you delay doing your hair, go to bed. Go to bed. If you're like me, when I'm sleepy, I half-ass things. I do not put in the full effort. I'm trying to rush it. I want to get to bed, or I need to get to wherever I need to get to. And at that point, I think when you're rushing your hair, if you're like moisturizing, you're like refreshing it, you're just raking through it. You might use a comb. It might not be that moisturized, so now you're just ripping at your ends. So don't do your hair when you're sleepy. Try to do your hair when you have, you know, a good amount of energy. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, I have a lot of hair. My hair is thick. So if I'm tired, I'm not trying to do all this. I'm trying to take myself to sleep. And you know, you don't want to cause damage or cause split ends or single knot strands because you were just sleepy, and you really should have just took yourself to bed. So guys, those are my tips for hair growth. I hope you guys got something out of this video. I really do. These are not like major things. Like, I hope you guys weren't coming to this video like, okay, I know she's taking something, or you know, I know she got freaking Laura Baltimore over there saying spells on her head. No, these are simple things. I don't do a whole lot of anything with my hair. I don't. I do the most simple stuff. Now, if I ever figure out how to cornroll, I'm gonna really start killing these styles. But I'm very simple with my hair. If you want more in-depth like information, because I feel like when I do these videos, I actually took notes. Like, I actually wrote these things down. But my hair growth guide, I actually took months and actually sat down and really put my thoughts into that guide. So my hair growth guide is in the description of this video. If you guys want to purchase it, she's only around $4. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. You already know my Instagram name. That's Mocurlsss, Mocurlsss. And I'll be coming back with a new video very soon. Make sure you guys share this video with your friends and sign off in the comments. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. So make sure you sign off in the comments. Let me know what you think of the video. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.